OffBeat Sports Podcast.
It's been a tale of two seasons for the Boston Celtics.
I probably aged about 10 years just from that series.
I'd probably compare myself to just a younger, smarter, more handsome, stronger Michael Jordan.
Let's go Celtics. Go Patriots.
These are guys who, when you give them a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, they finish every last drop of milk.
Absolute clown over here.
I'm ready when you are, baby.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the OffBeat Sports Podcast. Today we are joined by Dylan Travis, member of this year's Team USA 3v3 men's basketball team, who just won the silver medal in the FIBA World Cup. So thanks for joining us, Dylan. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so first let's start off with that silver medal finish in the 3v3 World Cup. So congratulations. How did it feel to win that silver medal for your country?
To be honest, not the best. You want gold, like that's everyone's expectation when you got USA across your chest. So, the girls got it done. They got gold, and we fell a game short. But all in all, this was our first tournament together as a group on this, on the pro level. And that Serbian team had been together. Like, there was some crazy stat. They played like 400 games together, 3x3 with like national team level or whatever. So they're super experienced, and that was our first real taste of it. And, so I guess it was a good showing if you put it that way. And I just hope we get another chance in the future to wear USA across our chest and to win gold, with Paris being the ultimate goal in the Olympics.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was entertaining. It was my first time watching 3v3 on the international stage. I know we talked about it, but I found it extremely exciting and, quite honestly, an awesome style of play. So, because it's kind of like that pickup style where, and you kind of just, ball goes in, you get it, you go. So, if you had to pitch this style of basketball in this tournament to basketball fans across the world to try and get them to watch, what would your pitch be?
It's fast paced. It's such a short game. It's a 10-minute game. You played at 21 by ones and twos. So it's a 10-minute game, 12-second shot clock. You play to 21 or until the time runs out. So it's just, most games get over in 20 to 25 minutes. So it's just super fast paced. It's physical. You have to have a super high IQ. You have to be able to play defense, offense, pass, shoot, like everything, because there's only, 6 guys on the court. It's, 3x3. But I mean, I love it. It's, we were just in Vienna at the World Cup, and I mean, there's like 3,000 people at, every game. They're right on top of you. It's super fan friendly. They always try to partner the tournament with surrounding art festivals or music festivals and stuff. So it's always just a fun, family friendly environment. Which I would love. If I wasn't playing, I would love to be at these and have a couple beers and get rowdy and watch the game. So it's just a good.
We got to bring this to America. We got to get this.
My kind of player right here.
Can we bring this to Boston? I'll get to those. Those would be fun.
It's not big in America yet for whatever reason, but out here at these in Asia, Middle East, and Europe, I mean, it's buzzing. It's the place to be. It's fun.
Do you guys get chirped for being USA guys? Because I know Europe kind of has that saltiness to them over the USA.
It's funny. It depends on the country. When we were playing Austria at home at their place, we were playing in Vienna against Austria. They were in our pool or whatever. So they put us in the nightcap game at 9:00 at night on a Friday night. So everyone in there is just drinking, having fun. And every time I came out, some of the names I was getting called were wild, and then the Serbian fans are pretty out there too. We'd have to get back to our hotel, you take the tram or an Uber or whatever, but you'd have to go through the fans. And when we found out we were playing Serbia in the championship, those fans are crazy. They were saying they had some choice words for us on the way to the tram. So they get into it.
All
right, so
that must be great.
Obviously, you played at a really high level collegiately, now professionally, in various different ways through 3v3 and in Australia. I actually just watched some of your highlights from when you were playing at Westport. What kind of factor was pushed on you to make it seem like, this 3v3 league could be a way for me, and I could kind of shift away from the 5-on-5 style in Australia and Germany, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you could go into this 3v3 circuit. What kind of pushed you into that? What kind of piqued your interest and put that on you?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I came into 3x3 by accident, really. I played my last season 5-on-5 professionally in Australia in 2019, and I had a really good year, one of my best years ever of my career. and I was signed to go back. I loved it. I loved the lifestyle in Australia and everything. And then COVID happened, like what we were just talking about off the air, and canceled the 2020 season. So I was 26 at the time, and I was like, I need to get a job, start to make some money. So I tried to be done with basketball, retired, and my buddy was doing this 3x3 stuff, like these little Red Bull tournaments around America. And there was this manager from California, and he's like, hey, like, you want to play on our team? Like, all expenses paid to Chicago. You play for the weekend, come home, go to LA, Venice Beach, play for the weekend, come home, make like, it was like $800 a person if we won, but all expenses paid. So I was like, you know what? Like, I miss hooping. I'll do it. Like, I don't have to miss any work. And then our manager at the time, Mike Ranovic, he runs Three Ball Omaha. It's one of the professional teams here in America. He's like, hey, like, it's going to be an Olympic sport in Tokyo in 2020. You can wear USA across your chest. If you do well at these local tournaments, you can get in these bigger ones, play for like 50K for a weekend, you get to travel all around the world, Middle East, Europe, Asia. And at the time I was like, man, I'm cool just going to Chicago or wherever for a day and playing. But literally everything he said has like slowly happened over the last couple of years. And like last year we finally broke onto the scene. And I mean, I went around the world a couple times playing these tournaments, and now I'm playing for Team USA and hopefully the Olympics. So it's been wild. I didn't know what 3x3 was. I just kind of fell into it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it kind of turned into a great opportunity for you. I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like being able to play like with a guy like Jimmer Fredette, who's made a name for himself in the game of basketball in college and overseas? Like, that must be a great experience.
Yeah, it's wild because he's a couple years older than me. I mean, he's like 34. I just turned 30. But I watched him like growing up, like I looked up to him as like, similar built with, being 6'1", white guard that, can really make plays and get buckets and everything. And he did on such a high level in the NBA and overseas in China. And I just looked up to him. I knew who he was since I was in high school. So like to be on the same team as him now is like, it's really cool. I'm learning a lot from him, and he's learning a lot from me too. Like to be as professional as he is, and like the legacy that he has, like he asks a ton of questions because 3x3 is like a different game. It's totally different from 5-on-5. Like some of the concepts and like the nonstop play, it takes a little bit getting used to. So he's been a sponge with me, which I've been really impressed by because, I feel like most people that come from NBA to 3x3 wouldn't want to ask someone like me, like, hey, what should I do here or here? What do you think on defense? Like he's just been an awesome person. So it's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah, so a lot of stories come out of Australian basketball from all the different teams that they have there in the NBL, but German leagues tend to go under the radar. So do you have a favorite personal memory or story from your time playing in Germany that you'd like to share?
Yeah, it was my first year in Germany, my rookie year. I was playing for a team that just recently went bankrupt. They switched ownership and everything, so they had like this nicer arena, big, like fans and everything. They loved the sport, but they had to drop down 2 leagues. And I'm an NCAA Division II guy, was All-American, whatever. I was able to get my foot in the door over in Europe. And so that was my first job. And the goal was to get promoted. Like they do the promotion and relegation, kind of like soccer. They do the same
Just
thing.
awesome. I love that. I love that. I think that's great. But if it wasn't so like, it wouldn't be so crazy to change the NBA to that, I would 100% do it. But it would be too difficult, I think.
I agree. But
Sorry.
Long story short, we won the league and got promoted. So like I'll never forget, one of my favorite memories was just smoking cigars and drinking beer with my teammates and all the owners and the fans inside that arena. So that was a really good way to start off my professional career.
That's awesome. All right, speaking of overseas, specifically, you played in the NBL for a little bit, and me and Cross were actually talking about this beforehand, that even though obviously his legacy is still far from done, just getting started in his NBA career, LaMelo Ball is such a profound impact on our generation just because we've been watching him since he was 12 years old. And his team is one of the most like famous basketball teams, period. And they were in high school. So seeing him take the route of going to the NBL and bringing so much publicity there, how have you seen publicity change for the NBL, and what do you think of it? Like, obviously, we all know what the NBL is now. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what it was before you went there. But now it's such a big worldwide thing. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, he helped a lot with it. And I think it's really good for kids like LaMelo and other high school guys that if you don't want to go to college right away and you want to, go play professionally for a year against grown men. I think you develop a lot more and you're getting paid. And then Australia is pretty much like America. Everyone speaks English. The weather's beautiful. The lifestyle is like really calm, chill, relaxed. Like it's an easy transition. It's not like you're going to like where I was my first year in Germany, like some small town where no one speaks English. Like it's really easy to live if you're 19, 18 years old, fresh out of high school. So he did a really job of really putting the NBL on the map. And I thought there was rumor that some other kid was about to go over there too, that there was talks. And I mean, even in the preseason, now the NBL will play NBA teams in the preseason. And I think Adelaide beat the Suns like last year in the preseason.
Oh yeah, I saw
I
that.
remember that. That was
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think Tatum's dad's coaching over there now. Like he's coaching that the team that LaMelo played for, that Illawarra Hawks or
Illawarra
something.
Hawks.
I think I saw something on that Tatum's dad. I mean, we're Celtics fans, so like that.
Yeah.
That's interesting to us. But I think I saw something on that, which is kind
I
of.
wonder
cool.
how did he play professionally over there? His dad or something like?
No, his dad is like he coached like high school teams and college teams. I believe.
Okay.
I know he coached high school teams. I think he coached Tatum in high school.
Okay.
But he's supposedly a great coach. I mean, I don't know anything about him, but he might have played professionally for all I know.
Yeah, I got you. I just ask because sometimes people will play out there, and a lot of Americans just end up like staying there, like you end up living there because people like it so much. But
so you mentioned when you were in Germany that you were in a town like where nobody spoke English. What do you have any like experiences from that where you struggled with the language barrier?
oh my god, man! Like my first week, how I went. It was a sauna experience. Like, can I keep it PG-13? Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
It was my first week there, man, and our club has a partnership with this gym and sauna or whatever, and it's a Thursday. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try out the sauna. You know, in America, you go in a sauna, you have your shorts on, you go in with shoes. People go in like fully clothed, you know.
I know where this is going.
So I go in there with just I take off my shirt, just my shorts, and I got my socks and shoes on still. I sit down. I'm sitting there. I kind of look up, and there's 5 elderly German women in there. Like I'm talking like 80 years old, and they're all just staring at me with like, if looks could kill, I would have been dead. And one stands up and starts just like screaming at me in German, and I have no idea what she's saying. I'm trying to like keep my eyes on her eyes because it's all bad. And so I just left. I didn't know what was going on. I was just getting cussed out in German by some 80-year-old grandma. And the next day, the owner of the gym was like, "Hey, Dylan, like I gotta talk to you, man. I gotta talk to you." He's like, "Hey, Thursdays, it's girls only in the sauna, and when you go in the sauna, you can't be clothed. It's a European tradition, right? Like you just go in naked or whatever." So yeah, that was my first experience of I didn't know how to read the sign, I didn't know the culture, didn't know the language. So I never went in that sauna again, man. That was out.
People talk about like welcome to the league moments. That's a nice welcome to Germany.
Welcome to the other side of the world.
Yeah. So
these old naked bats like yelling at you in German.
Not in America anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so taking it back to your college days, you won a national championship at the Division II level for Florida Southern. So kind of take us through the emotions that you remember having at the time, as well as what the locker room was like after winning such a big game.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's like a top memory for me in my career. I mean, it was for me like the path to get there. I had to go to another 4-year college my first year, and then I had to transfer to a JUCO in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, and then I finally got down there. So that just made it so much sweeter. It was like my path to get there, and then we just had such a good team, and it was unbelievable. Coach Link Darner, I loved his style of play, just up and down, never used the shot clock. So it was. I think we ended up going 36-1, and it was an amazing season. Some really good teammates that I played with that, I feel like we're family for the rest of our lives. Some of them are still playing professionally. So it was up there in my memories in basketball for the greatest memories.
Dropping 18 points in a national championship game off the bench ain't too shabby. I'll tell you that much.
Man, I was the Lou Will of D2, man. It was fine. I didn't start. Coach asked me if I wanted to start like 3 games a season, but
Lou Will without the
I don't want
strip club trips, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you
None of that.
started
None of that.
every game the next season. Started like
What's that?
I think it started, or it said you started like 23 out of 24 your senior season. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I got starter like minutes. My junior year, it's just we had 5 seniors that were there the year before, and they wanted to stick with those 5. And I mean, coach literally asked, he's like, "You deserve to start. Do you want to start?" And I'm like, "It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm happy. We're winning. I can come off the bench." And then senior year, I definitely was kind of like the go-to guy. We had this guy Kevin Capers, who he played in the G League, fresh out of Florida Southern, and he plays in Israel now. He was like, I think he was Division II Player of the Year that year. So it was nice to play with him that first year when we won it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of shifting gears a little bit, not as specifically on basketball, but we did a little bit of research. We found that you were a special ed teacher for a couple years, and we just wanted to see some insight to what it's like being able to teach at a school, doing special ed, doing some coaching, and how you're able to kind of manage teaching as well as still playing.
Yeah, so I worked at West Side High School. It's like an inner city high school here in Omaha. The last couple of years, and I worked in special education, but it's kind of like a side that you wouldn't think of with special education. Like my kids, I have a caseload of 18 students, and they're like at risk youth, juniors and seniors. So like normal kids that just maybe test low in math or reading, or come from some like crazy home lives, like foster care system, or like grandma's kind of bringing them up, or like just anything you think of, like mom or dad is one's in jail, just some crazy stuff going on. Like some of my kids are on the football team or basketball team, so I feel like my role was kind of like a mix between a tutor and like a guidance counselor. Like sometimes my desk, they just come and we just kick it and just talk about life or sports, because sometimes I feel like that's the only time they had to do that throughout the day. Like their home lives are kind of all over the place a little bit. So I did that. That was my job title. I just helped them kind of transition through their last 2 years of high school and graduate, number one, and then find a job going outside of high school. So I loved that, and then coaching was great, and the 3x3 was interesting, man. Like that's why I'm taking a year leave of absence right now from teaching to pursue this Olympic dream, just because it got a little bit too wild with like the traveling around the world. I was calling in sick, and and like the Philippines, like set my alarm for 4 a.m. So it was like 7 a.m. here, so I could call in sick because like the travel, so it got a little bit wild to where I'm putting up the teaching career on hold and going back to full-time hoops. So
that's great.
We'll
I mean,
see,
being able to be that mentor, like sometimes that's like the best teacher they'll ever remember, like is having that mentor type of person where you can just kick it and like just actually talk to them and just talk sports or something like. And that's a great thing that like it must be super fulfilling, because I know people who teach special ed and are that mentor style kind of teacher, and it seems to be a very fulfilling career.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. When I'm done playing, I'll probably most likely go back to that same role and coach, and I enjoy it, man. The kids keep me young, and I feel like you are making an impact in these kids' lives, and coaching. We have a really good team at Westside. Like we make it to the state tournament almost every year, so it's fun to coach those kids too. And so I see myself going back to that once I officially hang up these hooping shoes. We'll see when that comes.
Awesome.
That is awesome. All right, we're gonna shift gears again to our favorite part of every interview, the rapid fire questions.
Oh boy,
these are the fun ones.
These are the good ones. We're gonna start out with the first one, an infamous on our channel. What's your go-to pregame hype song?
Oh man, that's not even hype, man. I'm an R&B guy. Anything by Brent Faiyaz.
Oh, we love R&B here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good.
Anything by Brent Faiyaz, Russ, Bryson Tiller, probably a mixture of those three.
What was your top song on Spotify last year?
Oh man, I'm not a Spotify guy, so I didn't have those stats. I'm an Apple Music.
Apple Music guy. There's an Apple Music Wrapped kind of thing, right?
Yeah, so I don't even know. It would be something by one of those three. I don't know an exact song,
but if you could have any celebrity come and watch you play, who would it be?
Oh, any celebrity. Probably my celebrity crush since I've been like 13. Probably Megan Fox. Have her courtside at one of these 3x3 games.
All right, and follow up: if you could play with any celebrity hooper, who would it be?
Man, any celebrity hooper? I follow Lethal Shooter. It'd be cool to like hoop with him and like just follow him and watch him do one of his crazy videos, like how he even does that. Like shooting underwater. Like I don't know if you guys have seen that one. He's got
Oh,
the
yeah,
scuba
yeah.
gear on.
He did some wild stuff.
Or
It
when
would
he does
be-
the ones with like the spikes on the rim?
Yeah, like I would like to be there when he thinks of that stuff. Just like how do you even think of that? So maybe probably him.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
You played a lot. You played against a lot of elite teams in college and in the 3x3. But who would you say is the toughest player that you've had to guard throughout your career?
Toughest player. Man, Jimmer might be up there now. All the ones that we play. I'd say Jimmer. I don't know. Some of these G League dudes that are coming up, like USA is trying to push these G League teams. They're all so quick and athletic. Deontay Burton was really good. I played him in Australia. He had a couple stints with the Kings. But one I always go with, Kevin Capers, man. Like, you guys should look him up. He was D2 Player of the Year. He plays in Israel right now. Like, he might be the toughest check I've ever had to guard. Kevin Capers.
Who's your favorite non-basketball athlete? So anyone who didn't play basketball.
Oh, man. Anyone who didn't play
Football,
basketball.
baseball, hockey, golf, tennis,
Yeah.
whatever.
Man, it'll be it's probably
Badminton.
controversial, but I like Ray Lewis, man, when he was with the Ravens. Just
Oh.
because he was notorious a little bit, like with what was going on in his outside life, but he just brought it, man. He was just crazy out there. I like watching him compete.
As Patriots fan, that one hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, forgot I'm talking to you guys in the Northeast. My bad.
Who is your NBA GOAT, MJ or Braun?
MJ for sure, man. I'm going
Good
MJ.
answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I would have
Right.
said Kobe, but it's cool.
David, shut up. you also think D Rose is a first ballot Hall of Famer. We're not going to go there.
He is.
What
But
is
we
your?
can talk about that another time.
We'll do that another episode. Favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? Oh man. I got a few of them, man. I like Coach Carter a lot. I like that
that's a
new
good
one
one.
that just came out on Netflix with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, Hustle.
What's
The
that
one
called?
with,
Hustle?
yeah, the one with Juancho.
Yeah, that one was really good. I like those two. I feel like I'm missing on some. Where's some other really good ones? What are you guys'
I'm a big
favorite?
Man
I'm a big
Can't
Hoosiers
Jump.
guy. Yeah, White Man Can't
Hoosiers?
Jump's a good one. I'm a big Hoosiers guy.
Okay. What about you? What about you other guys? What's your favorites?
Oh, my favorite's 61. It's a baseball movie. But basketball, I like White Man Can't Jump. That one's
Oh yeah, that's a classic for sure, man. Have you seen the new one that they just made?
yeah.
I saw
was
it.
really
Honestly,
good.
I thought the acting, other than Jack Harlow, was good. I thought Harlow's acting was terrible, but I thought he was funny. I thought he was funny, but his acting was bad. But I thought the
gotta check
rest
that
of them
out.
were pretty good.
That's on Disney right now, right?
He's on
Is it
Hulu.
on Hulu? Is it,
Hulu.
Okay. I thought it's on
is it
Disney.
Hulu?
Dude, they just
Yeah.
put Jack Harlow in a movie and said just be Jack Harlow. And
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty
what
much what that's pretty much what it is.
it was awesome. It's like when they put Anthony Edwards in the Hustle movie and they're like, just be Anthony Edwards.
Pretty much,
Okay.
yeah. Aiden, what's your favorite one?
That one's tough. I'll go with Semi-Pro. I like that one. It was funny.
That's a good comedy.
That's a
man.
real good
Wow,
one.
yeah, those are all up there with me too. I haven't seen the baseball one, the 61. I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it. I have never even heard of that.
It's about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. This is the
Okay.
first time Babe Ruth's 60 home runs got beaten in a season. It's awesome.
I thought that 42 movie was really, really good.
42 is
That
good
was
too.
a good one.
I thought Chadwick was good in that one. Rest in peace.
Chadwick was awesome every time.
Yeah. So, all right, Casper, you get the last one.
Yeah, our last one here is my personal favorite rapid fire question. What's your go-to cheat meal?
Cheat meal? Oh man, probably Raising Cane's. You guys heard of that?
That's so
Yeah.
fair.
There's
That's
none
so
around us,
fair.
but I think there's one in Boston. So we're on the South Shore, so that's like an hour from us. But there is
Man,
one.
Some good fried chicken. And I feel like their sauce is like got to be the best up there. And the bread is amazing. Super unhealthy, but that's probably my go-to cheat meal.
Yeah, we got Chick-fil-A around us. That's the ones we got around us for those.
Mhm.
But there is Raising Cane. I know my buddy really likes Raising Cane's. Like he'll drive to Boston on a random day just to go get it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's all we got for you. Thank you, Dylan, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Man, that was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, best of luck on trying to get on that Olympic team. We really hope you do. And if you do, or even we'll be watching. I really enjoyed that 3v3 style, so we appreciate it.
I appreciate it. We'll run this back, man. I'll make that team. We'll run this back once it's all
Definitely.
set.
Yeah.
I'm coming to
Definitely.
run ones. I'm coming for the ones.
All right, let's do it. Me, you, and Jimmer. Let's get to it.
I'll be ready. Oh, God.
Oh yeah,
I'm
we'll
ready.
get Jim in there. Yeah.
I
So
was gonna
thanks
say,
everyone for
don't bring the
watching.
big dude. I don't want to get dunked on.
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have the Kareem Maddox on. So he replied to me too. So I think we're gonna get him on too. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's the vet, man. He's been playing for a while. He's great. He's so cerebral, and he's an NBA level talent, man. He's got it all.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching and listening. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at offbeat_sports and on TikTok, ran by David Casper. So check that out at Offbeat Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for tuning in.
Call them all Texas.